What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to install one of our steering wheel extenders on an NC Miata. So the first step is to disconnect the battery. Remove the battery cover by lifting up on these two tabs. Be careful with it so it doesn't break. And then it's 10 millimeter right here. Loosen that nut. Get that little guy disconnected. Now we'll go inside. So the next step is to remove the airbag bolts. There's one on each side. There's one right back here. They're behind these little rubber grommets. You can just get your fingernails behind them, pop those grommets out, and then remove the bolt. Oh great, that one fell out, which is good. Makes it a little easier to remove the airbag. If they stay in there, that's okay. All right, now you pull on the airbag. The next step is to disconnect these wires. This is your horn wire. You can just pinch the tab and pull on that. For the airbag wires, these center tabs are what you need to release to get those loose. So you pop them up like this, and then you can kind of pry them out. Sometimes you can, there you go. Put the screwdriver kind of underneath. Pry up on them. Be gentle. These are pretty fragile connectors. You don't want to mess them up. It's kind of important for safety. There we go. Then while we're playing with wiring, we can go ahead and disconnect this harness as well. Next is this center nut. It's a 21 millimeter. So a little trick with this is you want to break it loose and back it off, but don't remove it all the way, so that when you pull on the steering wheel, it doesn't fly off and hit you in the face. So you can kind of go side to side like this until it's broken loose. You feel that's broken loose there. Now you can remove the nut and remove the steering wheel. Now the other airbag bolt just went hiding down in there, so you'll want to pull that guy out too. So we'll set that aside for now. So that's as far apart as this goes. Now we're going to grab our steering spacer and install it. All right, so we've got our steering spacer. Pull it out of here. And in order to install it on the car, you've got to disassemble the spacer. So this is a 5 millimeter hex key. I'm gonna break them all loose. All right, so once those are all removed, and they've gone hiding into your seat. So now you route the harness through the steering spacer, slide it onto the splines. It's usually going to be just a smidge off of level. That's okay, because this way it's way off. So in this case, that's going to be our closest to straight. So that's good. Then you'll take the OEM nut, put it back on. I'm going to snug that down. And then you're going to torque it to 36 foot-pounds, which is the factory spec. It can be difficult to torque it because the tires want to turn. If you're having a hard time torquing it, this usually works really well. If you've got at least a 3/8 inch impact, that's going to be plenty of juice. So now you reinstall the center section. If you really want to torque these little bolts, your torque spec is going to be like 11 foot-pounds. But if you're using a T-handle like this, just snug it down with a T-handle. You're good to go. You're not going to over tighten it with a T-handle. So now that that's done, you'll remove the new nut and washer. I grab our steering wheel. So this part gets a little bit tricky. So as you get the steering wheel in place, you're going to feed the airbag wires back through the hole in the wheel and then settle this onto the splines. Now we want to connect this harness back into the original plug on the clock spring. It's a little bit of a stretch. That's not reaching. So if you can't get it to reach, you can take the harness out of these little loops right here to get a little extra length. So now you've got more room to work. And once you push it in, it's nice and clicked in place. So it doesn't need to sit in these loops. It's okay if it runs like that. It's not a problem at all, because it still has tension because of how it fits into the clock spring. So then we'll put the washer on, get the nut going. Now this is a 22 millimeter, conveniently. Sorry about that. And snug it down. You see how it's going to pull the steering wheel onto that taper as you snug this in. So that's nice and snug. Now I grab our airbag again. Plug in the horn. Push these in. And then you lock them into place. And then slide this back in. And to get these bolts started again, it's usually easiest to take your extension or your deep socket and put it on like that. And then you just kind of take them home. Don't use the tool to start them or you're going to cross thread them. And then you'll do the other side. You'll pop the grommet back in, and you're all set. Much better steering position, far more ergonomic. You're good to go. I'll see you guys at the track.